And am I getting this wrong? Are they saying that they condone what Jerry Heller or some of these other people have done to me? Do they say that it's all right for managers to get young black kids with talent off the street without without lawyers and without people that was helping me in my benefit to make records? That's what I'm getting out of this, and I really would like to speak to Rabbi Cooper about that, you know, because maybe, you know, if they're getting mixed messages on that side of the table, I'm kind of getting mixed messages on this side of the table too.
People who pretended to be close to me started running from me. Ice Cube started melting on me. These who play hard pretend they're gangsters. But when the real gangster, the comes on the scene, they punk out. Scared to do an album with me now. Scared of what the folks gonna say. What the Jews gonna say. On this video, some of you seen it on TV, the new one that just came out with Scarface. He say something about put my in your mouth or my in your mouth and make you vomit. I'm down with Khalid Abdul Muhammad. But when it's time to be down with Khalid Muhammad, in both legs, assassination attempt against his life, ain't no damn Ice Cube nowhere to be found. He's melting somewhere on the sidelines. Punk.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter. Get lit, pop shit, get higher. I'm the hottest, call me fire. Rock out, jump up, live my life up.
Family, we're back. I want to thank you guys for being here, just making a big old difference in the channel. Thank you so much. We're gonna react and review this Ice Cube material. I never knew until this video by Jay Marvelous that Ice Cube was in a group called CIA. Interesting. Just to know they're pioneers of a certain genre, the message they conveyed, the agenda they pushed. Then they switched over to NWA. Yeah. Listen, y'all. What we're about to unpack in this video is gonna be nuts. I promise you. I don't even know where to start first, but before anything, let me thank you guys once again for being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, hype up the video, all that good stuff. And yeah, if you're really rocking, $ Trap House Kitchen 1. But let's get to this content and see how Ice Cube broke the oath. Let's get it. So this first clip we're gonna watch is a guy in the Islamic community that Ice Cube tried to align himself with after his initial initiation. But Ice Cube then went up the ladder and kinda ghosted this guy. But listen to what this man says about Ice Cube. And it's like a contained rage with a very powerful message. Check it out.
Ice Cube would then join forces with the lynch mob from New York. Some say he needed some protection and got down with the Islamic brothers. But when Khalid Muhammad called him out, he had to go back to them people.
Black people who pretended to be close to me started running from me. Ice Cube started melting on me. These who play hard pretend they're gangsters. But when the real gangster, the comes on the scene, they punk out. Scared to do an album with me now. Scared of what the folks gonna say. What the Jews gonna say. On this video, some of you seen it on TV. The new one that just came out with Scarface. He say something about put my in your mouth or my in your mouth and make you vomit. I'm down with Khalid Abdul Muhammad. But when it's time to be down with Khalid Muhammad, in both legs, assassination attempt against his life, ain't no damn Ice Cube nowhere to be found. He's melting somewhere on the sidelines. Punk.
Ooh-wee. Ice Cube melted. Come on, y'all. Ice Cube melted. Now, like they said though, he went to this certain group for some type of protection. But when it got real, he jumped ship. Never to be heard of again. But what's so crazy is that after he jumped ship, he went on up the ladder. He went ahead and went with quote unquote them folks, as the guy said in the clip. And here's further proof of that in this next clip. And like any other artist, he's pushed his agenda. I think it was St. Ives. Yep, it was St. Ives. That's what Ice Cube used to push. On top of violence and all that malarkey, St. Ives. There were the special brews, which were the fruity ones, and then there was the beer. But he did have that agenda with St. Ives, as a lot of the other rappers who makes their way into the industry. They got to push something that's detrimental to a certain community or just a population, period. But he went on to do his own thing with all the movies and stuff, and then he ran into another wall. Check this clip out.
Down, Ice Cube was given the opportunity to start his movie. The movie was called Friday, which didn't consist of any storyline, just two bums sitting on a corner smoking weed.
Take the garbage out front, son.
Once given the opportunity, Ice Cube went up the ladder in Hollywood. He would continue to drop movies and TV shows that got him notoriety in the inner circle. But once that died down, Ice Cube decided to go against the top again. He would do an interview with Bill Maher and explain the inner dealings of the music industry. Now he broke the oath.
Who benefits and profits off our bickering in our division? Who? Like, follow the money. I don't know their names, but if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see, okay, this is an industry. Okay, let's take rap music. Let's take same people who own the labels own the prisons. So,
literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels on private prisons. So, it seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word, that, the records that come out are really geared to, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think.
We're gonna end it right there. I take his message for what it is, but when taking that message for what it is, you cannot ignore the messenger. And that's what a lot of people get so caught up doing. They get so caught up on these narratives that they forget to assess the messenger. Now, this is a dude that's gatekeep his own people. How can you have so much love for your people and you're doing a movie, whether it's your first or whatever? You understand budgets, you understand residuals, you understand everything. How can you sit there and just pay your crew $5,000 a piece? These weren't no D-list or whatever actors. These were great actors. And this is even at that time that this movie was filmed. They were still great actors. Some of them we knew, some of them we didn't. But come on, bro. You really got to make it make sense. Knowing that you're going to put that in theaters. You got John Singleton filming. 5,000. Come on, man. I'm pretty sure Pops. I'm pretty sure that was after the Wayne Brothers show. So I say all of that yapping just to say this. I can sympathize and empathize with him, but I can't wholeheartedly stand behind what he's saying because of how he's done his own people. Just like he wants to say the people, the man, the machine did him. You just got to make it make sense. Anyway, if you made it to this point, say I made it. Shout out to Jay Marvelous, $$ Trap House Kitchen 1. I'm out. Peace.